Yo, what's up, guys? You got pokeaim here with the next part of my finalist interview, little mini series, or what I'm basically doing. I have Emvee here with me today, coach of the San Diego Chim Chargers. You can say hi.
What's poppin', guys? We're here today to
Yeah.
talk about my victory.
you haven't even played yet.
Yeah, I know.
You guys are like a week late. Did you even tell any of the GBA that you guys were playing for about a week?
Nah, but I'm sure they get the idea. I mean,
I mean, I'm sure if they don't see an upload, yeah, makes sense.
exactly.
So you've had a really good season. Obviously coming out with more wins than losses, and that's been proven by the fact that you made it to the finals of the GBA. Do you have like any kind of closing remarks or anything that really comes to mind when you think of the GBA season, or before you?
So
Obviously got
overall,
checked out?
yeah. So overall, I mean, I'm pretty satisfied about the season. That I guess the results of what happened this time around. I know, like last season, I also finished the same 10-2 record. I was hoping to go 11-1. However, I got unfortunate in like one of my matches. One of them I got, a legitimate L because I was just under prepped and under I guess like I was kind of I don't know, like I guess I was sort of underestimating the potential of what my opponent brought in that match, but I could have actually gone 11-1 and try to beat that record, but I'm still happy with 10-2, especially since I was able to finish first overall in the conference and just in general this season.
Yeah, no, that's completely fine. I mean, I know that a lot of people expected Jolt to finish, but I think that after he pretty much qualified for playoffs, it was like he didn't have to try as hard as he was before, and he definitely did a bunch of upsets. He beat me, he beat you. You destroyed me for sure. But that wasn't even a battle. I didn't get to do anything. But like on its different, like on a different, it's awesome that you've made it to the finals 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on Empoleon now that you used it and they were all complaining about it not being good defogger? I know it's now like a meme in itself that you try and mention as much as possible that Empoleon is a good defogger, and as every single time it defogs.
Yeah, exactly. Like I still remember the very first, the initial. Oh, my dad's looking through. Okay, go away. Okay, there we go. Anyways, sorry. Dude, my dad just opened the door and he was just looking through the door, and I was like, okay, go away. I'm doing something.
That reminds me of my mom used to do that too.
Yeah. But I still remember, like, initially throughout the beginning of the season, the analysts were mentioning about how bad of a defogger Empoleon was. So every time, it started defogging and doing all this, like, putting in all this work, I had to let them know. I had to remind them. I had to remind them of the fact that Empoleon is indeed the best defogger. And, I mean, I've drafted it, right, 2 seasons in a row now.
Yeah.
2 seasons in a row. And it's just been super, super reliable as a Steel-type Pokemon, firstly, because it has really nice resistances and immunities.
Exactly, and it can beat most. It can beat most of the defoggers anyway, with coverage. Yeah, so no, it's a great defogger. How do you feel about your team this season, though, as a whole?
I felt it was good. I felt like because of the fact that I was actually earlier in the draft and I was able to pick something that, like, I initially really wanted last season, especially because last season I was in the very back of the draft, so a lot of the new stuff that came out for Sun and Moon was gone by the time it got to me. I mean, I still got a really solid pick, but I feel like my draft this time was much stronger than last season's draft. Even if it was a tiered draft, I feel like I was really confident with my picks and everything.
And you're referring to Tapu Koko, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because Tapu Koko, in my opinion, in a draft that has Magearna banned, it's definitely top 3. I would say like top 3 would be Koko, like Lando T, and I don't know, maybe Celesteela, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I could agree with that. All right. So I'm sorry, I didn't realize you weren't done. You can keep going.
No. I was just gonna continue. Like overall, like I feel like this draft in particular, especially with so many threats that I have on my team and just a great number of good switch-ins to other Pokemon. Because last time people were saying, "Oh, my draft is a D+ because I got no walls and whatnot." This time around, I had a good balance, I feel.
No, definitely. I think you had one of the best drafts just on paper. I know you panicked a little bit back when Gliscor got sniped from you, and we talked about Gligar, and eventually you ended up going for it. And Gligar was actually a pretty big member of your team as well.
Yeah.
In some games, like, it did a lot of work for you. I know you Scarf Gligar put in work for you. Just defensively wise, it also has helped you a bit. So overall, I think your team was one of the most solid, if not the most solid team out there. And I don't have it in front of me at the moment. There's like you and one other person I would put on top.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
No problem. The finals game is you versus Chimpact. How do you feel about that?
So this is, of course, as you and I'm sure everyone else knows, is my first time actually legitimately playing Chimpact.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. Like we've been kind of dodging each other ever since we've both been in the GBA starting season 6. So we've dodged each other then. We've dodged each other in season 7. We've never faced each other once then. Now season 8, we've actually we were all the time on on opposite sides of the brackets, right? So the only possible time that we could actually face each other is in
Finals.
Playoffs or in finals, exactly. In finals, and both of us have come that far now. So I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. Like it's definitely gonna be the toughest match yet because Chimpact's made it all the way through. I've made it through all the way through mine on my conference side. So it's this is it, man. This is it.
No, it's definitely one that we are all following. I know when we were all in the season, we were talking about Hita Fajita playoffs. Unfortunately, I just missed out on that. But no, I think this is pretty fitting, and I think that Chimp, if anyone deserves to be in the finals, it is Chimpact. He's had 2 years in a row where he's been hacked out in playoffs. So, like I said, I think that this is a really fitting finals, and I really look forward to the match. So, without giving too much details about your team and the matchup as a whole, how are you actually feeling about it, just on face value of Chimpact's team versus your squad? What are some things that you can reveal without giving away too much that you feel is strong in this matchup? And yeah, just take it away.
Right. So his team is really interesting. Like his build sort of it has like a lot of aspects of it where it can play out to be really like fast paced, but at the same time he has options on his team where he can trick room and then make his slower Pokemon fast paced. So it's gonna be a little bit difficult to prep for, knowing that he has so many options that he can bring. I know for a fact that I mean I have some reliable switch into his team, but I also have some reliable offensive options versus him. So like a lot of my offensive threats like Kyurem, Pinsir, Hoopa, Koko, Magmortar, just a lot of those Pokemon will be really good versus him, while of course I definitely need to bring some defensive options and some defoggers as well, like Empoleon. While his team can of course break through a lot of mine, I feel like Empoleon or like Gligar or Silvally, like I have to bring defoggers because he has options to set up spikes with Greninja, T-spikes with that, as well as Nihilego. He has Rock, so he has a lot of potential for hazards. So, and I have a good amount of defog. I mean, I have the first best, second best, and third best defogger, man. So
okay,
you already know that hazards aren't even gonna be up.
Nah, but for sure, like you mentioned Pinsir, and that's one Pokemon just at face value that he does not switch into at all. None of his mons appreciate it. His Flying Resist is a mon that will probably get destroyed by something like Return or Frustration or whatever move you want to use on that Pinsir. Hell, even GBA Impact, man. It's finals, man. Go out with a bang.
Exactly.
But definitely looking forward to the match in itself. I know Chimpact was also saying that he was really worried about certain Pokemon that you had as well, and I mentioned them, and you mentioned them as well. As far as it comes for defogging, you're definitely going to be a little bit more pressured, I think, than Chimp will be. Again, because your Mega Pinsir is just so good versus him that, and if you do end up bringing Mega Pinsir, you don't want to come in at 50%, obviously, of your health. Is there, if you had to give like a split, a coin flip is a 50-50. If you had to give your guys a split, how do you feel in terms of matchup? 60-40, 70-30. This doesn't take into account at all how you play and how Chimpact plays, just on face value of team.
Right. So I think just on the face value of the team, my offense definitely can beat through his offense because he has less switch-ins for my Pokemon than I do for his, I feel. Even though there are going to be mons like Camel or Nihilego, which are going to be like good on his side. I feel like the offense that I can bring versus him can pressure him more. While at the same time, I mean, I'm going to be more pressured to get rid of hazards, but at the same time, I feel like he's going to be more pressured, I guess, to try to find a switch in for the mons that I might bring.
Yeah, for sure. I can definitely see him bring some sort of more offensive build that relies less on switching, more so attacking what's in front of him. and then setting up for something like similar to that CTC build of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if his team can actually do something like that, but that's something I could see off the top of my head. But yeah, do you have any closing remarks regarding the season or something you want to say to Chimpact? I know something we'll see is his first mistake was challenging me, but do you have anything else you'd like to say regarding the season or anything else you'd like to say here?
I mean, I think these finals are just deserved for both of us. Like you said, Chimpact has been hacks out of his playoff contention in season 6 and 7 both in the quarterfinals itself. A while for myself, I've been hacked out of last season. So I think that just a battle of those that deserve it, I guess, is what I'm thinking about here. But I mean, I think it's going to be a great match overall. And I mean, we both played really well throughout the season. He's been playing really strongly. I've been also doing my best as well. So hopefully, just hoping for a great finals, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, all right. Well said. So thank you everyone for watching. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Check out Emvee's channel. His link will be down below. Can we expect finals this Sunday or?
So we have scheduled to play by the end of the week, before the weekend. So yeah, we can hopefully expect to see it up this weekend, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Hope you all are as well.
All right, sounds good. Goodbye, friends.
Could be.